Hello and welcome to Game 50 of Chess.com's Winter Chess Classic. Leela played the Catalan with g3, Stockfish replied with d5, blocking this diagonal and reducing this bishop scope, bishop g2, bishop e7, knight f3, castles, and now Stockfish decided to take on c4. Leela now played queen c2, trying to get it back, and even though Stockfish tries to hang on to it with b5, he won't be able to maintain the pawn in the long run because after a4, b5 cannot be defended neither by a7 or c7. If a6, then after takes, the rook is hanging, and after c6, takes, knight e5, and the bishop takes the rook. And defending b5 with the bishop doesn't make much sense either, because after takes and bishop takes, the queenside pawn structure is shattered, all these pawns became isolated, and are easy targets for white. For example, after knight e5, attacking the rook again, c6, rook d1, defending d4, white will get back its pawn, and black remains with two weaklings on c6 and a7. So, after a4, Stockfish played b4. Taking now with the queen on c4 is not very good, because after bishop a6, black gets counterplay by attacking down this diagonal. And after queen c2, black will play knight d7, rook c8 and c5, opening up the queen side, and black will be better. Instead of taking the pawn after b4, Leela played the much better knight d2, attacking the rook and forcing the c-pawn into a pin, and now intending to take here with the knight. Leela doesn't have time to defend the d4 pawn, because after e3, b3 is very strong. And of course, if the queen takes here again, then bishop a6 is very strong, and queen c3 runs into knight d5, and taking out the knight is losing, because after e takes d5, black's pawn structure is pretty healthy, and black is also a pawn up. And if after b3, white plays queen d1, then bishop a6 defends the pawn, and black is better. So after c6, Leela gave up on d4 and took on c4 with the knight. Queen captures, rook d1, queen c5, bishop e3, queen h5. For the invested pawn, Leela managed to win some time by developing with tempo. Knight d2, and now knight g4, attacking both h2 and the bishop. Knight f3, knight takes, a6, and now knight c4. A nice place for the knight, having influence over all these dark squares. And also it supports knight e5, attacking c6 twice. Stockfish now played rook a7, getting this rook out of this dangerous diagonal, and also avoiding knight b6 hitting the rook. And after knight e5, he saved the pawn with c5, now rook d2, trying to double the rooks and take control of d7. That would make the development of these pieces much harder. f6, trying to ease the pressure on d7, knight d3, trying to scare the queen with knight f4, and now a5, maybe developing the bishop on this diagonal. Rook d1, queen e8, and now knight b6, and Leela likes her position. She thinks it's +2, while Stockfish is not very impressed. Leela now attacks c5 twice, but she won't take here with the knight, because after rook c7 she would lose. Her idea is to take out the like-squared bishop to increase the pressure on d7, and then maybe even attack e6 with the queen. King h8, b3, e5, and just before that bishop could come out and play, Leela takes him out. The queen recaptures, bishop d5, g6, e3, knight d7, knight b2, knight b6, knight c4, and Stockfish is faced with a tough decision. Should he take the bishop or should he take the knight? Leela was expecting knight c4, but leaving this bishop alive when there are so many weak like squares around the black king, it's not very attractive. So Stockfish took the bishop and went into a bad bishop versus knight situation. Rook d5, queen a3, e4, rook c8, queen d3. Stockfish has no counterplay and he is like a sitting duck in front of an execution squad. Rook c7, queen f1, queen g4, rook e1, h5, h3, queen e6, king g2. Leela is improving her position now that black can't do much. King g7, rook d1, rook b8, rook d3, rook c7, queen d1. Ayakin's gun is loaded and Stockfish now, not finding anything better, played rook c6. And Leela thinks she's winning now since she manages to get into d7. Rook a6 trying to hold the fort, g4 attacking h5 twice, h4. Stockfish is still not impressed. He evaluates the position only at around 80 centipawns for white, while Leela is pretty sure she has it now in the bag. Rook d5, king h8, queen d2, trying to surprise the black king. That would be a nice mate in 5. King g7, defending h6. And the problem with defending h6 with the king is that this bishop is now in a pin, so d6 is weaker. And Leela would like to play rook d6, but right now it's not possible because this rook is defending. However, after king f1, Stockfish finally admitted that he's losing. And after some shuffling for around 6 moves, in this position, Stockfish took the rook on d7, the rook recaptures, king e8, rook back to d5, g5, and after some more moves in which Leela brought the king to the center and moved the king to f3, in this position, she went for a queen exchange, and Stockfish is now forced to take the queen, otherwise it goes to h7. And after takes, Stockfish now played king f8, allowing the rook to go in. Probably there was nothing better. King back, rook b7, rook a8, and now king e4, trying to get in. Rook d8, preventing that, but now Leela takes on a5. Check, king back, c4, knight takes, rook d1, a5, and after a longer sequence of moves in which they exchange these pawns and also the rooks, in this position, Leela is of course completely winning. The winning plan is to attack f6 with the knight from d5. That would force the bishop to defend the pawn, then push the a-pawn forward so that the king has to leave c6 and give up control over d5. Then invade with your king to e6, take the f-pawn, promote your own pawn, and win. Another beautiful strategic game by Leela. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe, like and share, and also check out some of the other videos, maybe you will like them. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.